Hello everyone, I'm here with Bob and Brenda. They are newlyweds and I want to build them a container home. And we are at Prowler's Patch in Moonwood Mall, which is actually a lovely location. So let's build them a tiny home out of a container. Okay, so let's just change this to tiny home. I was going to give them the lot challenge off the grid, but then I thought, well, I want them to have a TV, so I'm not going to make it off the grid, but I'll try and use as many off the grid items as I can. And I'm going to make it a 32 tile tiny home, which is going to be a bit of a challenge, but it is meant to be a container, and maybe later on they can expand their home. Now, Eco Lifestyle came with some nice container like walls. There we go. I think we can just, should we make it the dark grey or the light grey? I'm going to make it the light grey. And we can make the roof corrugated as well. Let's keep the same color. And I think we can just raise the foundation one. And maybe this permanent foundation. So there we go. They now have a container, and now we need to make it pretty and give it some sort of floor plan. So let's see what we can do. Bathroom, bedroom. Gosh, that doesn't leave them much space for a kitchen and an eating area and a living room. So right, let's just get some lights in here. Okay, so we need to make this pretty and livable. Are we going to have the walls inside metal as well? I think maybe we are going to have to. And a metal floor. Can always change all of this. Oh, I don't know if I like the metal floor, but okay, so bathroom. So bathroom, most of our bathroom furniture can be off the grid. Okay, so we can use the shower, toilets, basin. They started off with about 18,000 simoleons after having bought the property, so I've just got to keep an eye on the budget because they are newlyweds and I don't want to add any more money, so they must stick to their budgets. Right, bed. Where are we going to put the bed? Okay, so this is our bedroom. I'd obviously need a double bed, but what? Oh, we haven't put any doors and windows. Okay, but I just want to get them a bed first, and then we can put some doors and windows. I don't even know what style I'm going for here. So it seems it's Eco Lifestyle for the win today. I do want to give them something cozy, seen as they're living in a container. So I want to try and make it nice for them. I don't know if I want to use the side table. Surely there must be something that's gonna match this bed. And I don't want to use this round one either. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that's gonna look nice. I want to use this blooming rooms to give a bit of greenery into their container. Okay, and they're gonna need a dresser, which I'm gonna probably have to use a tiny living one. Right, tiny living dresser. And we can also use, maybe put a chair in here. This looks like it's going to be a tiny living Eco Lifestyle container home. I am going to change all the colors. I just want to get all the essentials and then we can look at decorating. Oh, we need some doors, otherwise they're not going to be able to get into their home. Where are we going to put a door? Thinking this might work. Let's see what that. This is only really the only place we can put it where it's not gonna. Alright, and we need one for our bathroom. Okay, and we need one for our bedroom. Maybe even move that over a bit more. Will they be able to get in there? Okay, so we have some doors. And we are gonna need some windows, but I first want to get the kitchen done. So it has got kind of a weird industrial feel with the doors. So let's maybe. They're those ones that came with Get to Work. These. Oh, they're locked. Okay, so let's just change that. So if you use the BB.8 ignore gameplay unlocks. Oh, unlocks entitlement. Then when I go back into that, they should be unlocked and I should be able to use them. Where'd they go? Here we go. So I'm going to use these corporate chick countertops. It's only real kind of stainless steel, kind of metal looking counters we have in the game. Or am I missing something? The rest are all like wood. Oh, there's these ones as well. But I use these so often, I don't feel like using them today. I'm going to use these. Okay, they're going to need... I'm going to use that little fridge, this one that came with. Okay. And we're going to have to use the no space electric oven space saver or blazing ladies over the counter oven. Which one? I think we're just going to use this one. It's actually... Is it smaller? Which one is... Okay, I think this one is probably better. Wow. Okay, so that's the kitchen and I want to give them a TV. I don't think these are off the grid. I did say I was going to use off the grid, but I don't think so. No. Got these weird, but this is a space saver. Alright, I'm not going to... Their fridge and their oven are not off the grid. But their bathroom is. So they can save a bit of water. Oh, and we need a sink in this kitchen. Are there any off the grid? No, only these types. Okay, no, so I will just use this cheap one. Okay, why is that glitching? Why is it glitching? Oh, I've got two fridges in there. How did that happen? Okay, let's move that a bit. Alright, so they've got some counter space. They've got a sink, fridge, oven. Now we need to get them a television. And I'm going to use this nice... Whew, that's a lot of money. But they've actually got 10,000 simoleons left. So we'll use that. And maybe even this bright sofa. And we might even be able to squeeze in a little dining room table. Tiny Living didn't come with a dining room table. Wow, I'm very surprised at that. But it did come with chairs. Okay, so we need something, maybe this one. Okay, and some chairs. Are we gonna go with these like metal looking chairs? Maybe make them yellow. So we need some windows. And we need to make this container look pretty. Now, are we going to use Eco Lifestyle windows, or are we just going to see what else? Is there any metal looking type of windows? I suppose this could be considered. Okay, so I'm going to use this one in the bathroom and in the kitchen as well. Maybe this one in the bedroom. I'm going to take this one away and just have the one over there. And maybe this nice big one. And we have a... How does that even happen? That doesn't really work, does it? Okay, so we have some windows. Still looks like a container, but I suppose it's what it's meant to be, isn't it? Right, so I think they have everything they need. They've still got quite a bit of money. So I'm going to go in and decorate and add some landscaping. So a little tiny container home is done. I wanted to give Bob and Brenda some solar panels, but they're 850 simoleons each. So I went with the weird air duct thing on the roof. So they've got a lovely little floral path leading up to their home. So Brenda has just finished making a garden salad in their tiny little kitchen. So they have their living area. I did put a knitting basket for Brenda. And they have a tiny dining room. Bob's patiently waiting for his garden salad. So this is their bedroom. And then they have their tiny bathroom. So this is just that spa day lighting with a mirror behind. And I used this. I never used this rug from Snowy Escape, but I thought it worked pretty well. Could either be moss growing in their bathroom or a lovely soft rug. So all the lighting in the house is off the grid. The house is filled with off the grid lighting. There's some lighting here. There's some lighting. Actually, let me show you in build mode the lighting. But their bathroom is mostly off the grid, but their kitchen is not. So there we go. We have a lamp here. And then their bathroom is filled with lights. Let Bob know his food is ready. So I hope Bob and Brenda will be very happy in their tiny container home. Why is she tense? Needs amusement, low fun. Okay, we'll just watch some TV then. Bye Bob, bye Brenda, see you next time.